Alright guys, how you guys doing? So I wanted to show you guys a little hack I came up with. So I've had a lot of trouble with this type of strong flow pushing around the my floater plants. I'm not sure if you guys know, but most of our floater plants do not enjoy being pushed around like this. Let me show you guys a little example. They don't like the super rough flow. You see how it pushes it down? Some of them, they get pushed down. The ones that are very sensitive to this is dwarf water lettuce. Redwood floaters is up next. This is redwood floaters, except it's not red. The one that I know that can sustain a lot of flow and will do quite well is the giant duckweed versus the smaller duckweed. Giant duckweed, hands down. So I came up with this. Got this at Dollar Tree. It's called a sponge holder. So what I did is I went ahead and just put this sponge holder right behind, and I stuck it on there, right? Squished it, and I'm sorry I can't show you guys how to do it perfectly. I'm holding my phone on one hand and demonstrating on the other. But rather than being a flow diffuser, just redirect the flow so it's going this way, sideways. As you can tell, let me show you guys on how it looks now, how it pushes the floating plants. You see how gentle it pushes it, because now it's going two sides as rather one. Let me show you guys again. Now if you guys want to grow these floater plants successfully, you guys have to redirect the flow. A lot of people, I've seen the diffusers, what they do is, I saw one that was a plastic bottle, and they kind of shove it in here and they slide it down, but what it does, it just spreads the water rather than going straight. It kind of spreads it, but it's still, to me, in my opinion, is pretty strong. I don't like to do that because whatever you put in here, you pretty much interrupt the flow in here. So let's say one day you have your filter media clogged up, and some of these little like I said, this sponge right here gets clogged too. What would end up happening is the water would end up rising, and then putting some plastic here is gonna, cause some interruption on the flow. So it's just gonna keep getting higher. So in my opinion, I feel that's kind of dangerous. It's gonna either overflow the water. Here's another one that I kind of came up with too. If you guys don't want to try this sponge holder, this only works with certain filters. So what I did here is I redirected the flow down. So I'm not sure if you guys can see, but the water is going down. And so I did a zip tie and cut a piece of plastic. Kind of flimsy, not a fan of this, but I mean, it does the job. It only works with ones that have that cut right here. I've noticed a lot of them don't have the cut and it's completely full. And if you have a full one, you can do it, but you're gonna have to go around this tube, and I'm not a fan of that. Just in case what I usually do when I do water changes is, instead of unplugging the filter, what I do is I just take it off this way. And then whenever I'm ready, rather than plugging it in, I just put it back in. You gotta find a trick. Some of these are kind of hard to keep up, but you get the idea. So yeah, that's what it does. So just, if it works for you, you can try this. Cut the plastic bottle, zip tie around that, and just slide it in, and it'll redirect the flow down. And as you can tell, look at the floaters. They're super calm as versus this one. You see, if I move it a little bit, it's gonna move this whole floating plants everywhere, and that's very dangerous, because what happens is all the roots, you see these roots, they eventually fall down, they fall apart, and what happens with that, sometimes it clogs the filter, and that's just it's gonna be a pain. It's gonna cause a lot of ammonia spikes and stuff like that. I've had that happen with my giant duckweed, and also my dwarf water lettuce, with this filter right here. These are really strong filters right here. This is a 29 gallon. It came, I think it was top fin. It's a pretty good filter. So yeah, this thing would be so strong enough that it would push the things all the way down here. And look, this is halfway already. And you know, just avoid all that, avoid that problem. Grab something super simple like this. Put it behind there. Like I said, they sell it in Dollar Tree. Another hack I came up with is if you want to modify it and bend this little taco shaped plastic, try at your own risk, but you can get some boiling hot water, leave it in there for a couple minutes, and then the plastic will become a little bit soft, not too much. Little by little, grab some I believe it's called oven mitts, and then start bending it. So you can start bending it, and then see, this one could be like those diffusers, like those guys are talking about. Kind of redirects the flow evenly, I would say. I came up with this because I wanted to start feeding my my shrimps. I wanted to make like little apartments, you know, one here, one here, one here, and they can all float on top. But you can leave this up here for those guys that are wanting to come up with for those little plates. I don't know if you guys ever seen them, the feeding plates. You could just feed up here, and hopefully the shrimp won't push it around, but they'll usually hang out around here. You can always cover these holes with a plastic, and then super glue. I think it's called gel. Just cover that up. Like I said, little by little. You don't want to bend it too fast, because eventually it'll crack like this, and you might end up cracking the whole thing. So just dip it in boiling hot water, take it out with some any type of tool, get them out, and then the mitts, start opening slowly, put it back in, just go back and forth. Another thing I like about this too is for those people that use they don't want to buy the filter cartridges, or I'm not sure how they're called or pronounced, but what I do is I use this polyfill quilt batten. The only bad thing is that these don't, you know, you can wrap them around with I like to use activated carbon, but what you can do is you can grab a little bag, or one of these media bags. What I have here is zeolite and activated carbon, and you can just slide it right here, and it'll even diffuse. It'll diffuse the water, or redirect it, both of them, and it'll also help you with the activated carbon. See, it'll go right through it, or even around it, for those people that don't wanna have the most this type of media in there. You can bunch it up, and then put also the mechanical filtration. Put it right here, and then this out here. Alright guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. Like I said, Dollar Tree, you guys will find it. Hope it works for you. You guys have a great day. Thank you.